Namaste, so family. This is just a public reminder. I realize because I do support other intuitives that other intuitives are, having a similar issue where uploading their readings are concerned, especially doing them live. So what is really happening is it's a lesson also for us because we are a collective of, people who are spiritually, who are subconsciously conscious that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And, it's just another phase of our tests and trials, but it will soon pass. There are a lot of people, and I'm saying this because you need to be mindful. There are a lot of people who are going to try to disguise as intuitives, astrologers, to scam you of your monies without giving you that skills. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to, they think that this is a trade, like, other things that they dabbled into, as another means to an end. And, this is our life purpose, our North Node. This is, who we're called to be. This isn't some, get rich quick scheme. We've been in this, way before people, started, becoming open to tarot, to astrology, open to the intuitive arts. And so you got to start, investigate these people who are claiming to be intuitives and astrologers, ensure that they have a name before, or they had, they were, on this journey prior to this whole COVID-19 incident, because a lot of people have lost their jobs, and the truth is, scamming is going to be at an all-time high. And people are trying to evade, just trying to escape learning the lessons that they're supposed to learn. And it's just, I just remembered a dream I had last night. People are trying to escape learning the lessons that they're trying to learn, that they're supposed to learn, which is, why, the reason why COVID is here, why spirit, has allowed COVID to manifest. People need to, enter that frequency of stoicism and get to know themselves, because we are not all to we all belong to groups and tribes, regardless of race, and people they want to distort the image of the intuitive arts, astrology, by messing with our or electronics or phones, laptops, even our internet connection. You have some of these people who they have family members who work with some of these social media platforms. They're messing with our work, because some of these, and they're also using witchcraft to sabotage our work. Because if you listen to some of previous recordings, how chopped up they sounded, that too is a part of it. And it's not just on this Instagram, but my Fanikusu Joso Instagram as well. And it's just people listening and trying to, they're trying to cause or create delay in our recordings whilst they're listening, and so they can go ahead and record what we say word for word, not really understanding, the honest truth. But then because we're not copying them, because they would go ahead and record ahead of us whilst, tampering with our devices. And so you have to be careful, because these people, they don't know what they're doing, because it doesn't really matter how much of a brainiac they think they are. Once you're not called for something, you'll never understand that thing. And once, it doesn't matter how stupid you may seem to people, or you may be. Once you're called for something, you'll get it. is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so and then also to your call something, but the way you into that thing is, you sabotage your opportunity, sabotage your gifts and your abilities right there. Because some people they're called for a particular life path, but they don't want to learn, they don't want to put in the work, and so they try to steal other people. Now that's them voiding their contract of being intuitives, of being astrologers. Okay, so be careful, because like this particular reader who I listen from time to time, she also was informing her subscribers about scammers on Instagram and YouTube approaching her subscribers. um okay, and scamming people for readings, like taking their monies, not offering them the service. And sometimes it's just really them trying to defame us and to distort our images. So you have to be careful of who you ask for personal readings from. Okay, ensure that it isn't just someone who okay, they're just onto social media, like 2021, 2020, and stuff like that. Specifically 2021 this year, because a lot of them, accounts, they are just pretty much people just, working, on another means to an end. If you know what I'm trying to say, people, they don't want to learn themselves. They want to live, they want to play roles. They're actors and actresses. They're into role playing. They're into wearing other people's shoes, wearing other people's clothes. You gotta learn to wear your own clothes, even if it's one suit, and wear your own shoes. Okay, even if it burns you, just wait until you get your new pair. If you know what I'm trying to say. Even if you got holes in that shoes, wait until the spirit, blesses you to be able to repair. There's gonna be a lot of because I also hear some of the intuitives talk about them being gang stalked by members of the security forces, like police officers and so on and so forth. And I realized, oh, I'm not the only one experiencing that as well, which I also felt better, because for some reason, being such a hermit, I tend to think that I'm the only one going through having certain experiences. That when I really step out of my comfort zone and I venture and I listen to other people's concerns and issues, I realize I'm not the only one. But we are also being gang stalked as intuitives. If you're an intuitive listening, and we're being gang stalked. If you're someone who finds tarot, the intuitive arts, astrology, cartomancy interesting, intriguing, you like what we do, just understand that we're going through a phase right now. Humanity is going through a phase in which it's shedding its skin, and some people are gonna fall away and break away. A lot of people are going to die, whether it's from COVID-19 adverse effects, or this could be people losing their minds, committing suicide. There's going to be civil war, okay, in countries, people rising up against these security forces, members of parliament, councillors, senators, mayors, prime ministers, presidents, because Mercury retrograde is almost upon us, and that season's gonna bring a lot of you know introspecting of the law. You feel what I'm trying to say? A lot of us have not been receiving justice, especially where the government is concerned. Governments of these or countries are concerned. And some of them are really doing a lot of tomfoolery kind of shit, because if you listen to my Fenikusu Joso Instagram, where I spoke about a cruise ship that came into Jamaica, I think yesterday, and we're experiencing a no movement period, and this has been from, I think, Saturday evening, and it ends, or was it Sunday, but it ends on Wednesday morning. But they allowed tourists to be moving around the island, and then they're like, okay, we got to lock down because COVID is being spread out, in the country like wildfire. Now, when they open up the country again, now with having them tours, because yeah, you do your temperature checks, but like, you know, they don't have to, show or emit signs of carrying the COVID-19 virus. You feel me? There shouldn't be tourism. There shouldn't be tourism. There shouldn't be any facilitating of tourism right now, or there shouldn't be any facilitating of tourists right now. Especially if you're locking down the country, a no movement day, there shouldn't be any tourists coming into the country. There shouldn't even be locals. Well, maybe you could allow people who are native or citizens of the island, but there shouldn't be any tourists or foreigners coming in. Okay, and also, in some instances, locals are supposed to, who are overseas, should also be refused entry until the no movement day, no movement, law is lifted. And so you find that the law is very unstable and hypocritical. You feel me? And so people are going to be analyzing these governments and going to be like, no, you haven't been serving us right because you're a hypocrite. Like, how can these tourists be moving around our island and we're not able to move around our fucking island? Do you feel what I'm trying to say? They could have COVID-19. They don't have to have a fever instantly upon contracting the virus. How do we know they didn't spread it to the people at the resorts? How do the operators, the operators of them vehicles that transport them across the island, around the island, they touch places and all of that. How do we know that? You feel what I'm trying to say? And then when you open up and the cases increase, you're going to blame the locals. But like, you're the one who, left us, vulnerable to that. And then you're going to punish us for that. But so there's going to be a lot of uproar and civil rights, civil war and civil rights activism. Okay. That's going to really manifest, especially Mercury retrograde. I think that begins sometime in October, I think. That could be late September, October. All right? Namaste, soul family. Be careful of these fake intuitives and fake astrologers.